the condiments, and you have shrimp which has been deveined, squids that's cut in half or 3 times depending on their length. You want it bite size. And then here's the squid head. And then you have thinly sliced beef. And then the vegetable, you usually have a lot bigger vegetable selection. As far as the vegetable goes, I have some baby bok choy, which I've just diced in half. And then I have some mushrooms, quartered, some da-goun. Show you what a da-goun looks like. One of my favorite vegetables. Right here.
Mommy.
Shh. Mommy's recording. Shh. And spinach. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the noodle for the thing, for the Ya-Hon. And this is the brand I use. It's called Tomoshiraga style noodle. I don't know if it's wheat or something. And the thing is that I usually buy a big pack because I like to eat this noodle a lot. So they're in these little pre-packaged. Okay, so here is the noodle, and they're in these little package of buns. And what I do, the rule of thumb is, my water has been boiling. I don't add any salt because this noodle is really salty. And for every one person, I add 1 batch. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and then I'll get back to recording when I'm done making this. And they take about maximum 10 minutes depending on your batch. So let me get this thing done real quick. So this is our noodle, and I remember never to add salt when you're boiling because they're very, very salty noodle. I drain the noodle in the colander and then placed it back into the pot with cold water. So that way you could actually process it. And you make these noodles into batches. So you just, I'm probably doing this wrong, but I'm guessing that this is how it's done, because they always have these very beautiful batches. So this is like enough for 1 portion during the meal. So there you go. Just make a little batch so it's easy to grab. Do it one more time. I know. Some women actually some of the old traditional ladies, they squeeze it, like they do something like this and squeeze it. It's very important you actually put it in a colander because it needs to drain the excess water. Okay. Go ahead and turn off. Okay, and here is the sauce. Now, if you usually make it for more than 4 people because it's a lot of work. It took me about 2 hours to prep for a meal for 8. So I'm going to give you the measurement for 4 people and then double it as you get more people. So you need your cocoa Rico milk, coconut milk. And then this is a Chinese barbecue sauce. And here's a picture on top. It really helps. Be very careful when you're selecting this. Make sure it says it has that hot pot picture, because the company makes a lot of products and they can it very similar. They're like all silver cans, so it's very tricky. And then I use coconut milk. So we're gonna do, for a recipe of 4, you're gonna use 4 coconut milk, 4 cans of coconut, probably about a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, and 1 can of coconut. And then you also add ground peanuts to thicken the sauce. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to actually add the coconut. Oops, sorry. Here we go. Add the coconut. Be right back. Okay, so you cook the coconut, and preferably don't do it in a non-stick pot because it does something to the chemistry of the sauce, but I don't like having to scrape all the stuff off constantly, so I use the non-stick pot. 1 can of coconut juice went in. So our coconut is still simmering. Have it on high. When you open your can of Chinese barbecue, you want to mix it because sometimes the oil sediment flows to the top and all the heavy stuff goes to the bottom. So I have that. Now my coconut is, ooh, you can really smell it. Nice and flavorful. Okay. You put 2, I start with one good heaping spoonful of this. Break it up. Now you're gonna start to smell it right away, the aroma. And this is such an easy recipe. So that right there is probably 1/4 cup of the Ya-Hon sauce. I can smell it's really sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 cans of the Rico juice. It's gonna foam, which is perfectly fine. I usually pour it against the ladle or something so it doesn't splash too much. If you just pour straight in, you're gonna splash. That's 3 there. That's 4. So when you're done with all this mixture, you know, you pour it into a heated a cord wok or anything that has an electric cord into it, and you place it on the table, and we'll show you that after this is done. But I let this cook a little bit. Probably about, this sauce is very fast to make, so probably about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to pre-taste this real quick. I know it's really, really sweet. So, I'll add this fish sauce. Any kind of fish sauce would work. I like the saltier ones better. And this is about 3 tablespoons of salt. We'll keep this out because I might need it. I don't need this anymore. I'll also add half a spoon of sugar, you definitely need half a spoon of salt. Oops, sorry for the splash.
I didn't splash the camera.
And I do half a spoon of MSG. And that's boiling really nice. Taste it again. Perfect. Okay. So once this is done, we'll put in the hot pot. We'll get back when we're ready to put this in the hot pot, and that'll be our final presentation.